What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits. Rethink your limits.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Southwest Allen County Schools is our home. Home to dedicated staff, passionate teachers, and a generous community that values and supports education. We believe our culture of learning embraces change, flexibility, and innovation. We believe our schools serve as the hub of our diverse community. We value hard work, attention to craft, and tenacity. We ask questions, share ideas, and work together to find new ways to do new things, great things, for our students, for our district, and for our community. In partnership with parents, we believe learning encompasses critical thinking, creative thinking, collaboration, communication, citizenship, and resiliency. We take pride in our successes and share in our accomplishments. We are Southwest Allen County Schools, preparing today's learners for tomorrow's opportunities.
I can't wait to get you home.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat you up when you go home. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait. I'm just gonna bite you.
Oh, baby, that looks amazing. Marcos, pizza lovers get it.
You don't plan on getting an injury, so why should you plan ahead to care for one? At Orthostat, you don't have to. Whether you get hurt on the job or on the field, Or if you're experiencing sudden, localized pain, we fix the unexpected. Our walk-in clinics provide emergency access to a full range of diagnostic, non-surgical, and surgical treatments. And the best part is, there's never an appointment or referral needed. So you can get in, get out, and get going. Orthostat is recognized by Anthem and other insurance plans as an alternative to the ER.
Hello and welcome live to Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium as we are about to get set for the Summit Falcons and Woodside Warriors 8th grade teams facing off here tonight. I'm Noah Johanningsmeyer, joined alongside Anthony Gary and Braxton Hall.
Thank you, Noah, and wow, I'm excited for this game. It's our first time broadcasting a middle school game this year. Certainly going to be an interesting one as two middle school rivals face off against one another.
Yeah, good evening, guys. I'm really glad to be with you guys for the first time here tonight, and I think we're in for a great game between these two teams.
It's definitely going to be a fun one here tonight. Two rivals facing off on what will be their future field here. As both these middle schools feed into the Homestead High School.
Tonight, and this week, it's also rivalry week in high school as well, so a little bit of a common trend going on as we get set for Woodside versus Summit.
Kickoff's up and away. Warriors going to return this one all the way down to the 45-yard line. Nice field position to start, but a flag came out on that play.
Flag came out. Looks like this one could go against Summit. Actually, officials just going to throw it back down as we have an injured player on the field.
Players still down on the field right now. That's Caden Schwartz, the Falcon, down.
Went down on the kickoff. The officials right now talking over with Coach Van Wagner for Woodside on the sideline, talking about what the penalty could be.
We're still just waiting on the official ruling here.
Now let's talk about some of the head coaches that'll be coaching this game tonight for Woodside. It is Coach Jake Van Wagner alongside Andy Lutz and Adam Lutz. And then for the Summit Falcons, it is going to be Robert McDonald and Hayden Himes.
So it appears that it was a illegal block there on the Falcons on the return, which is going to move them back to the 20-yard line to start up this first drive of the game.
And coming onto the field for Woodside, we're expecting to see Mac Welker come in under shotgun for the Warriors. He's been playing in the first half as quarterback for most of the season. In the second half, it's usually been Kenny Christmas. So we'll see how Woodside utilizes their two quarterbacks in this game.
Yeah, you said it, Anthony, and Woodside's really going to try to use that quarterback combo to try to keep Summit on their feet throughout the game.
So now Welker's going to be in shotgun here for the Warriors. Going to hand it off to Quant, and then a pitch over back to Trent there, who then loses the ball. The Falcons are going to be able to jump on that one. Actually, they're going to say he was down before the ball came out. Warriors are going to keep possession.
And that was Brad Flagg that jumped on top of the ball, but again, they're going to rule him down on the field. So a big gain there for the Warriors on the first play of the game. A little bit of trickery to start it.
Yeah, Jake Van Wagner Mr. Coach Van Wagner coming out right now, and he really is trying to attack already. Good gain of about 15 yards there. Get Woodside set up for this drive.
And that was Braylon Tisdale with that nice run to start off this drive for the Warriors. So Warriors once again got to be in shotgun here. Against a motion pre-snap, a handoff to the running back Bardwell here. A nice couple juke moves, get him a nice gain on first down, setting up a second down and short.
And look for Woodside to hand it off to Bardwell as much as they can. He is a workhorse running back for the Woodside Warriors. They like to work their offense around and through him. So just wait. We're waiting to see how he's utilized in this game tonight.
Yeah, and really Woodside likes to use the running game as a whole. We see very few passes out of them, and they're really going to try to pound Summit into the ground tonight.
Once again, Warriors going to be set up with Welker and Bardwell in the backfield. Some pre-snap motion. Once again, it's going to be Tinsdale on the carry, who breaks it out down the left sideline. A nice couple juke moves all the way inside the 35-yard line. Warriors have moved into Falcons territory.
And so again, it's Tisdale that comes in motion, and the Warriors feeding it through him, following a block from, like we said, the workhorse running back Shane Bardwell. They like to work around him. The Summit defense thinks he's going to go to Bardwell, but instead he's used as a blocker. So far, Coach Van Wagner using his talent in the best way possible.
Yeah, and it's been a great drive for Woodside so far. Their shortest gain so far on this drive has been only 8 yards, so they're really finding a way to move it down the field.
Warriors now looking over to the sideline pre-snap for the play here. Had some nice plays early on in this game, moving down the field, as there's going to be a flag thrown pre-snap, a false start called on the Warriors. That's going to push him back for a 1st and 15.
And something we see a lot in middle school football is the penalties. So what it's going to come down to in this game is who has less penalties. We've already seen the penalty on the kickoff go against the Woodside Warriors, putting them all the way back to the 20, and now having to start behind the chains.
Yeah, and to add on what you said, Anthony, not just penalties, it's mistakes overall. You can't have turnovers and you can't have penalties if you want to win this game.
Once again, the Warriors with some pre-snap motion. Then a pass over to the right side falls incomplete. Tisdale, the intended target, just couldn't connect that one. Sets up a 2nd down and 15 for the Warriors.
That ball just out of the hands of Tisdale. Again, they go to him for the 3rd time already in this game. Tisdale already being used, probably trying to draw some more attention towards Tisdale so that other members of this Woodside team can get involved.
And when Woodside does pass it throughout the game tonight, it's going to be a lot of short passes to the flat, just like we saw there.
That was Woodside's first pass of the game. We'll see what they do here, as it's going to be a handoff to Bardwell, who powers through some Falcon defenders all the way down to the 30-yard line. Nice carry there on 2nd down. Makes it a 3rd down and more manageable for this Warrior squad.
And now it's going to be interesting to see what Woodside does on a 3rd and long. Who knows how many plays they have in their books to try for a 3rd and long situation. Of course, like we said earlier, Woodside, they like to run the ball. They try to get as close, so they have 3rd and shorts. We'll see what they do on 3rd and down.
Now Welker's going to be under center this time for the Warriors, as he's going to hand off to Quant. Now running out down the right side. A flag comes out, and he's shy of the 1st down marker. We'll see what the flag was on this play.
That one looked like it was going on the run. It looks like it's going to go against the Warriors on this one, an illegal block in the back most likely.
It looks like Summit's going to accept it to try to make a 3rd and long coming up next for Woodside.
And it was very likely the Warriors would have went for it on that 4th and 3, so it does make a lot of sense for the Falcons to accept this one and set them up with a 3rd and 18.
Just talked about what plays they had on a 3rd and 8. Now what do you do on a 3rd and 18? Because you can't just try to get a couple yards and get closer like you could on a 3rd and 8. Now you have to air the ball out.
Yeah, and we just saw one of their best 3rd down plays right there, and you can't really go back to that. Summit will be ready for it. So it is going to be interesting to see what they do here.
Expect a lot of motion.
Pre-snap, we're going to get a timeout called here by the Warriors, as this Warriors squad trying to get the perfect play on this 3rd down and long. As we're going to be taking a quick break, but be back with this 3rd down and long for the Woodside Warriors.
You don't plan on getting an injury, so why should you plan ahead to care for one?
Too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Now welcome back to Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium on the campus of Homestead High School, as the Woodside Warriors and Summit Falcons are facing off on Homestead's field. Currently, the Warriors are facing a 3rd down and 18 in Falcon territory. This is still the first drive of the game here, as the Warriors have taken off 3.5 minutes so far on this drive. Mac Welker once again going to be in shotgun. He's going to run out to the left side on this 3rd down. And actually, that's Shane Bardwell, who's in Wildcat for the Warriors, who gets a nice carry, still pounding his way very close to the 1st down marker. What a play design there, putting Shane Bardwell in Wildcat for the Warriors. Going to set up a 4th down and short.
And like we said earlier, he's a workhorse running back. This time they choose to go Wildcat on a 3rd and long, which is a little bit of a surprising decision, but the job gets done, and Woodside now has a 4th and short.
And now on 4th and short, with Summit undoubtedly stacking the box, it's going to be interesting to see if we see some sort of play action or something from Woodside to try to go over the top.
I'd expect just another run up the gut with Shane Bardwell trying to get that 1st down.
This time it's going to be Welker under center for the Warriors. He's going to take the snap, and this Summit Falcons defensive line makes the play on 4th down, forcing the turnover on down.
What a play for the Summit Falcons on defense, getting the stop they needed on what looked like it was going to be a rolling Woodside offense, but now the Falcons with the ball in possession.
Yeah, Summit was struggling getting a good defensive push throughout that entire drive, but a great stop there from the defense when it mattered most.
And what a play it was by the Summit Falcons defensive line unit. Just stuffing the Warriors there, giving their offense a chance to strike first now.
And that's going to be so important. Which team can strike first? This isn't a long game, only 8-minute quarters. So if any team can score, it is going to mean something heading into halftime.
Yeah, 1 drive for Woodside, and it already took up half of the 1st quarter. Every drive, every snap is big.
Now it's going to be a handoff on the first play of the game to Brad Flagg, who runs out far to the left sideline. Flags were thrown on that play, but it was a great carry there by Brad Flagg to start it off for the Falcons offense. Most likely this penalty is going to bring it back, though.
Yeah, it looked like a block in the back or a hold maybe. We'll see what the refs call.
They call an illegal block in the back. Multiple flags were down the field. Multiple officials saw that call, and now it's going to be like the same situation that Woodside had where they have to start behind their own chains. This one's going to head way back and put the Summit Falcons on their own 15-yard line.
We've seen these defenses, both of them have been struggling so far, but penalties for the offenses are really killing these drives. And like we said earlier, you're going to have to be clean if you want to win this game tonight.
Being behind the chains is always a negative in football. Coach Chad Zolman of the Homestead Spartans always talks about that. And right now, both of these middle school teams struggling with it. As on this 1st down, it's going to be a running play for the Summit Falcons. A nice carry there on 1st down by Avery Krukberg.
And nice gain there for Summit. That's going to get them back to about 2nd and 8, making it a lot more manageable to try to move the chains.
Now the opportunities for Summit are a lot more broad than they were previously, having less space to manage, trying to just get a 1st down. Every single time, every single play is just about getting a 1st down. There's no need to score a touchdown. You've got time on the clock. Just get a 1st down, keep rolling, tire this Woodside defense, and find a weak spot.
They can get nice chunk plays like they did there, they would definitely take it, and it is going to be a nice defensive play this time. The Warriors getting in the backfield. Toby Aguane getting in the backfield. Also plays tight end for this Warriors squad, and right there made the big play on the defensive end.
Toby Aguane making the huge stop and now forcing Summit to have to go for it. On 3rd down and 11, they have to probably air out the ball, try to get some yards in the air, which is something that I'm sure Summit is a little bit uncomfortable with. So a great play by Toby Aguane.
Yeah, this line's really going to try to have to block long enough so that the quarterback can get the pass off. Summit needs a 1st down here, or they're going to be giving good field position to Woodside.
I did see on the last Woodside possession that on a 3rd and 18, they were in Wildcat and ran it. Got a nice gain.
And we'll see now if what happens. Frieden hops under center.
Now Frieden going to keep this one himself, and the Warriors defense makes a big play, setting up a 4th down and long.
What a stop from Woodside, and now their offense is more than likely going to get the ball in great field position for their next drive.
Summit is being forced now to punt as the punting unit comes on to the field. A great stop by Shane Bardwell, the running back we've been talking about. Also plays defense alongside Michael Zarelli. Now Summit, they have to punt the ball, and Woodside will get pretty good field position.
We'll see if the Falcons can flip the field here with this punt. Facing a 4th down and 11. Just 2 possessions into this game, already 7 minutes ran off the clock so far. As this punt's going to be sent high and away. That's a nice punt for the Summit Falcons as it gets a friendly roll all the way across the 40. The Warriors going to be set up in their own side of the field from the 37-yard line.
Now Woodside with 57.4 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll see how much they do. Probably only able to get a couple more plays in before heading into the second quarter. So we're still tied 0-0.
And I would expect to see a heavy dose of Shane Bardwell on this drive as the Warriors look to get into the red zone and eventually get some points.
More motion, more motion. Just keep expecting it out of the Woodside Warriors. They want to dominate the ground game, and with the blockers, they'll have to do so if they want to score first.
And last drive for the Warriors, they really were just dominating the Falcons' defense. Then some penalties just killed the drive. We'll see if they can have that dominant run game once again here. As Welker's going to be in at quarterback again for this Warriors squad. Bardwell going to be the back. Tisdale coming in motion, and he gets the handoff. Going out to the left sideline. Juking a defender down to the 50. All the way down to the 45-yard line. A great carry there on 1st down from Braylon Tisdale.
Tisdale again with the big carry, being the life of this Warrior offense so far. Keeping it going, the ground game for the Woodside Warriors, just keeping it up, getting some good yards too.
Yeah, and Tisdale is so shifty coming from that receiver position. They use him in motion a lot, and he's really cutting up the ankles of that Summit defense.
This Warriors offense definitely likes to keep the defense on their toes with a lot of pre-snap motion. As once again, here comes some motion. This time it's going to be a handoff to the back. Bardwell, who powers his way just across the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 9 going to be coming up for the Warriors.
And this one's going to run us into the end of the quarter. So still 0-0 at the end of one.
And it was a good quarter for both of these teams' defenses, holding it to a scoreless first quarter.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium for Woodside versus Summit, as the Woodside Warriors will now have a 2nd down and 4 inside Summit territory. It's going to be Mac Welker for the Warriors, lining up under shotgun with Bardwell right behind him to start the second quarter.
Yeah, Woodside comes into the quarter in a good spot, starting the quarter in plus territory as they try to get some points out of this drive.
And actually, it's going to be a 2nd down and 9 for the Woodside Warriors, as Bardwell had the last carry for only 1 yard to end the first quarter. Now we'll see what Welker and company can do for the Warriors.
It was a fun first quarter seeing both of these teams' defensive lines making some big plays.
Welker has some pressure, rolls outside, completes the pass to Tisdale, who makes a shifty move all the way down to the 34-yard line, and they're going to mark him. Ooh, it's going to be a tough one. Where will they spot this? Will it be a first down or 3rd and inches?
Man, Tisdale just looks like a guy who's going to be making big plays on Friday Night Lights in the future. He has been dominant for the Warriors here tonight.
And it is a first down for the Woodside Warriors. A new set of chains, new distance to go.
What a catch from Tisdale as he's able to keep the Warriors drive alive, move those chains, and now we'll have a fresh set of downs.
We've seen some future Spartans star in middle school, and Tisdale could be one of them. As the snap is taken for Woodside, rolling out, there's a flag down, and that one is complete to Tisdale. They're going to blow the whistle, say he was down, and see what the flag gets. It's going to go against the Warriors this time, possibly another holding, setting them behind the chains.
And even though that one's not going to count, how about Tisdale once again finding himself wide open? This guy looks unstoppable for the Warriors.
Well, how about Woodside overall? They're starting to open up the pass game, starting to use that, and that'll really help them as they try to mix in the run with it as well.
Woodside's going to be set 6 yards back behind the chains, maybe even more as they just keep on going. It'll be a first down and 22 for Woodside.
And we saw last possession for the Warriors, a holding penalty, set them behind the chains, and it really killed their drive. We'll see if that's going to be the case here once again.
That's right. They weren't able to recover as Welker lines up behind center on the right hash, takes the snap, rolls out, throws this one to Shane Bardwell, and incomplete. It looked like that ball was tipped on the pass.
That was a great defensive line effort once again by the Summit Falcons, just getting back there right away and disrupting that passing play. We've seen that defensive line make big plays earlier on in this game, and they're still doing it.
And now Woodside's going to have to try to get a few yards here, between 5 and 10 yards, to make 3rd down much more manageable.
Noah, you just mentioned it earlier, right before the play, that Woodside was set behind the chains on first down last drive, and they weren't able to turn it into points. Now they have to make it different. They have to do something different now on 2nd down and 22. Called in motion, throws that one back to Bardwell, has some trouble, breaks 3, bounces off a blocker, goes out to the left side, has some space, a flag is down, running over to the sideline, spin move, keeps going, and called out of bounds at about the 31-yard line, but there's a flag in this one. It's probably going against Woodside again.
It's unfortunate to see that flag come out because, wow, Shane Bardwell surrounded by 3.
Even think a punt could get them to the first down.
This is insane how far back they are behind the chains right now on 2nd down. But hear me out. I believe in this Warriors. I think Shane Bardwell, we just saw him make a big play. Don't be surprised if he gets in this first down, even when they're set this far back behind the chains. He's a playmaker.
Welker takes the snap, throws that one out to Bardwell. It's a trickery moment, and through the hands of Braylon Tisdale, we almost got a moment with the big 3 for the Woodside Warriors. So close. I love the trickery, though.
I love it from Van Wagner right now. Wow. The pitch and then the deep ball. He is taking risk right now, and I love it. I love that play call. Put the ball in the hands of your best athletes. He gave it to Bardwell and then targeted his star wide receiver right there, Tisdale. What a play call. It just couldn't work out.
So close to coming up with it.
Yeah, you said it, Noah. Van Wagner really opening the playbook right now, using a lot of trick plays, and you can tell that this is a big rivalry, and they want to win this game badly.
3rd down and forever. Welker takes the snap, hands it off to Tisdale, who cannot get anywhere. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. It's going to be 4th down and 10, 20, 35 yards.
Once again, the Falcons' defensive line, this time getting out to the right side and closing that, getting the ankle and not allowing the Warriors to break it loose. Now it's going to be a 4th down and insanely long for this Warriors team. They're going to be forced to punt here.
Let's play a game. Will the punt get past the first down marker? We will see. It is a long ways to go. In fact, not even the Summit returner is that far back as that punt is sent high and far, and it's muffed. And here comes Tisdale on the return. Did he get it? He did! Woodside recovers. What a play by Braylon Tisdale.
Oh my gosh, Tisdale running down the field as fast as he can. He is doing everything for this Woodside team so far. Although we do have a flag on the field, we will have to see what that is.
We do have a flag down, but it was thrown after Tisdale waved his left hand high and wide with the ball in his hand. We'll see as all 4 officials are talking about this one.
Man, you got to love it. The effort, the will right here on Homestead's field right now. These guys want to get up to the varsity level in a couple of years. And right now, Tisdale showing his will, running full speed for that ball. He got on top of it. We'll see what the officials say about that one.
He knew what to do. Tisdale knew what to do, hands down, as the officials will pick up the flag, and it will be Woodside Warrior football.
And now it's danger zone. Right now, Shane Bardwell, a powerful running back right here, just 25 yards out from his end zone. We'll see what he can do here.
Now, the most important thing for Woodside, the most important thing, no flags. Absolutely none.
No flags and no turnovers. They got to score here. This is the closest either team has gotten to scoring so far tonight, and they really need to get some points on the board here.
And who else to get them in this situation than Braylon Tisdale, making up for the dropped pass earlier with an incredible play.
Don't be surprised if we once again see Shane Bardwell on a carry.
Mac Welker, under center, draws Summit offsides, and right now somewhere Coach Chad Zolman for Homestead High School is smiling right now.
Yeah, the Spartans love that hard count, love those fake snaps, and right there, it was Welker showing his ability to draw the defense off sides.
And Summit's defense just might be a little shaken right now. They weren't expected to be back out on the field. They got to stop, and now they're back out here trying to have to get another one in the red zone.
Welker, under center, in the middle of the field, drops the snap. Bardwell picks it up and makes a recovery for the Warriors. Oh, no. The 5 yards they got off the penalty now almost completely erased.
And we've been talking about it all night. Just mistakes are what going to hurt you. And right there, just a little miscue with the snap. Going to set the Warriors back, but luckily for that penalty for the Warriors on first down, still they're not really behind the chains.
Yeah, 2nd and reasonable coming up, 2nd and 9. So they're still in a pretty good spot as they stand right now.
Welker's going to line up under center in the middle of the field with Bardwell behind him, but watch out for Tisdale standing behind the right guard. Takes the snap and a flag thrown. It's going to be a false start, and now Woodside goes behind the chains.
And that's the risk with so many pre-snap motions. You're just going to have some miscues when you have multiple guys running pre-snap. It really can force some errors.
You said it, Anthony, earlier, no penalties can be here, and now we're seeing penalties. Woodside is killing themselves, shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties, and they're really going to have to get it under control.
Woodside now on a 2nd down and 14. Open up the playbook again. Van Wagner going through his head, thinking about what he could do. Which star is he going to give it to this time? Called in motion. Welker takes the snap, hands it off to Bardwell. He goes right, meets up with a barrage of Summit defenders, and is brought down at the 27-yard line.
Right there is what you're going to have to do to bring down Shane Bardwell. Just get a group of defenders around him and drag him down to the ground. That's what the elite Falcons defense was able to do on that play.
And 3rd and 10 now. It's going to be interesting to see if we see some more trickery come out of this Woodside offense here.
3rd down and long for the Warriors as they look over to the sideline, get some signals from the guys on the sideline. Now there's going to be 4 wide receivers out, 2 to each side. Bardwell behind Welker under center, calls Tisdale in motion, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks out, moves out to his right side, left side, throws it to a wide open receiver, and it's dropped. Love the play call, though.
And it was a nice job by Welker just scanning the field. His first read wasn't there, looked back over to the left side, saw the open receiver, just couldn't connect on that one.
That pass intended for Noah Quant is now on a 4th down and 11 on the 27-yard line. Van Wagner's got to be thinking about what do you do here. You're probably a little bit too close to punt, because if you punt and it's a touchback, you're only putting them back 7 more yards. 4th down 11, though, is pretty risky, although there's not much risk going with it because, again, you're only losing 7 yards if you don't convert. And it looks like Woodside will go for it. Welker on the right hash. wanted to start a play, and there's going to be a timeout for the Summit Falcons.
Coach Van Wagner just wanting the timeout there to try and talk about this important 4th down.
Very important 4th down as Woodside takes their second timeout of the half.
Ooh, I can't wait to get you home.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat you up when you go home. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. I'm just gonna bite you.
Oh, baby, that looks amazing. Marcos, pizza lovers get it.
4th down and 11. Welker on the right hash. Woodside getting gutsy, going for it with 3:39 left in the first half. Welker under center. Bardwell behind him. Tisdale to his right side. Fakes the handoff, looks downfield, moves around the pocket, throws it, empties it out to Bardwell, and it's picked off! Intercepted by the Summit Falcons! What a play! And coming up with it out of the pile is Sam Markwell.
Markwell, one of the leaders on this Falcons defense, just ripped that one away from Shane Bardwell. What a play, what an effort from the Falcon right there. He's soaring right now.
And that is how you get your team back into this game. Your offense needs that energy, and it's great. It'll be fun to see what they do here.
3:28 left in the first half. If the Summit Falcons can get on the board, that will be huge as they also receive the ball in the second half. A little bit of strategy might have to be involved with this possession. Frieden under center now, hasn't had much time out on the field, but now he gets his chance, his shining moment, hands it off, and Avery Kruckerberg not able to go very far, only a gain of a couple yards as the Woodside defensive line was right there.
And if you're the Falcons right now, your offense has only been on the field for about a minute so far in this ball game, but it's 0-0. That's a great thing to look at right here, as the Falcons can still enter the break potentially with a lead if they can go down and score in these 3 minutes.
Yeah, 0-0, fresh ball game. And from here, just like we've been saying all game, and even more so now, every snap matters, every play matters, and Summit really needs to try to drive down the field. And if nothing else, run out the half as they get the ball to start the second half.
And what's so important for Summit is you cannot turn the ball over in your own territory, giving Woodside a chance to score. If anything, you might as well just concede and take it at half because you do get the ball and as much time as you want in the second half. That run unsuccessful for Summit, but a flag is down. Who knows who this one could be on, as there was everybody in that pile.
And once again, it was the defensive line unit of the Warriors pushing back, as it's going to be a face mask here on the Warriors on that play.
And that'll keep Summit's drive alive as they'll get a fresh set of downs.
Fresh set of downs, stopping the clock. Plus 15 yards for the Summit Falcons. And now after 2 unsuccessful rushing attempts for Summit, they will get an opportunity a lot closer to the goal line.
We talked about penalties really hurting these offenses so far, but right there, the defense making a penalty that could set up this Falcons offense with an opportunity to get some points late in this first half.
Woodside struggling in the penalty game in this one. Although there was a holding penalty that put Summit behind the chains, it has mostly been penalties for Woodside, and I'm sure that Coach Van Wagner is going to talk about that in the halftime huddle. Frieden under center, takes the snap, rolls out to his right side. Looks like he's going to sneak this one. Gets up a couple yards and is wrapped up by Woodside defenders for a gain of 5 yards.
I like the play call there. Quarterback keeper getting him out to the right side. A nice job there by the offensive line of the Summit Falcons, opening up some holes and letting this offense get a nice gain there on first down.
5 yards there. It gives them, opens up their entire playbook coming up here on second down, as they can do really anything that they want to do to try to move those chains.
What a moment it is for these middle schoolers getting to play on their future high school football field. It's Frieden Under center with 1:44 left in this game. Looks out to the right side. Throws it up, and it's broken up by Michael Zarelli, but they're going to throw a couple flags on the ground. We'll see if they call pass interference. I'm going to be a little bit mad.
That was a nice play there by the defensive back, Michael Zarelli. We'll see if this was offensive or defensive pass interference.
And going back to what you said, Anthony, it seemed like a lot of fighting between them both. I don't know how you can really throw a flag on just one player in that situation.
And it looks like they are going to call pass interference on Michael Zarelli. I don't know about that call. It looked like he had his hands up and was just in the way of the defenders blocking his eyesight.
From the ref's perspective, I think they didn't see him turn around, make a play for the ball. I think that's what drew the flag. But it's a tough call. It's a tough situation for Woodside.
Now Summit looking to take advantage of yet again another 15-yard penalty at now Woodside's 45-yard line.
Yeah, they've got 30 yards of penalties against them. The Warriors defense does on this drive. Summit Falcons just 45 yards out from the end zone now. Minute 30 left. We'll see if they can capitalize.
Coach Zolman smiling once again as the Summit Falcons draw them offsides, draw the Warriors offsides. Another hard count. Both teams have now fell for it.
And another 5 yards in penalties for that Woodside defense. Penalties are really killing them. They're getting good penetration through the line. They're getting stops, but penalties are hurting them and keeping Summit drives alive.
Summit now slowly inching their way up through the use of penalties. 35 on this possession. 1:38 left. Summit just looking to score before half. Flag thrown on the ground, and it looks like this one might be erased, this offsides from last time, as it'll be a false start on Summit, so heading right back to where they were supposed to start with a first down and 10.
And right now, this might just be anxiety for both of these teams, playing at such a high, or playing on Homestead's field right now, just really anxious heading into this one, playing against your rival. These teams, it's just Summit's second possession of the game. They're both trying to just calm down.
Summit, 1:38 left. At the 45-yard line, hands it off. This time it's going to be Krugerberg running up the middle and driven straight back. What a play by the Woodside linebacker.
It's going to be a nice gain of about 4 yards there, though, for Summit, and most importantly, no flags on the play.
How about Jackson Kaufman? What a lick on that play by the Warriors linebacker. Just a great tackle.
Great tackle by Kaufman for sure. And right now, in this timeout, what's going to be discussed?
It's definitely the Summit Falcons right now trying to move down the field. They're trying to be smart with the clock right now. There's a minute 25 remaining in this first half.
You said it, Noah. Be smart with the clock. No turnovers here. Don't give Woodside the ball back before the end of the half. Summit gets it to start the second half. So if they can get a few points here, or if they just run out the half, either way it will be good for them.
Right now, it looks like with 1:25 left in this one, Summit, they might just try to go for a couple, maybe get one more first down, then go for a couple deep plays out here on this Homestead football field.
Yeah, the Falcons definitely going to be looking to put some points on the board right now. Currently in a tie 0-0 ball game.
And now here we go. Summit with the ball. What can they do now? Right under center. Takes the snap. Looks out to the left side. Airs that one up. It's underthrown and almost picked off by Woodside, but a great defensive effort there for Brody Hyder.
And the credit really goes to the Warriors' defensive line, putting some pressure on the quarterback there, getting into the backfield, making him have an error on that throw.
Yeah, Logan Frieden just has not had a lot of time to pass it when they have tried to pass it tonight. And you mentioned it, Noah. Woodside getting great penetration on the line and coming so close to a major turnover there.
And give a lot of that credit to Toby Aguane for the Woodside Warriors, the middle defensive lineman, the nose tackle for the Warriors in this one. He has done a great deal of the pressuring for this team.
Yeah, Camden Cooper on the edge also has made some big plays for this Warriors defensive line. as once again on this third down, they're going to be looking for another big play.
Frieden under center, takes the snap, hands that on off to Kruckerberg, and immediately stuffed by Iguane and Bardwell. Fourth down now for the Summit Falcons.
We were just talking about this Warriors defensive line unit. Once again, the big play. This time setting up a fourth down for the Summit Falcons offense.
Now what does Summit do in this one on 4th down and 6? Looks like they're just running down the clock and probably just going to go for it. Might as well run it down as much as they possibly can and send this one into halftime tied 0-0.
Yeah, Woodside seems content to get to the locker room as well, as they still have a timeout and they have not burned it yet. Both these teams just ready to get to the locker room and make some adjustments.
And now we're going to have a timeout right here with 30 seconds left as the Falcons trying to set up the play on 4th down.
Big play coming up, 0-0, taking down the rest of the first half.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Homestead High School for Summit versus Woodside. Now on a crucial 4th down and 6 as the officials come in to say something to both offensive lines and defensive lines of the middle school teams. Here we go. Under center is Frieden. Tries to draw Woodside off sides, and they do. 5 extra yards, 5 yards closer to the end zone goes the Summit Falcons.
Great use of the hard count from Summit, and now it's going to be 4th and very short, and now they can really try to pound it up the gut or throw it, whatever they think is best for their team.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Falcons can do here, as they're just going to have 30 seconds remaining in this first half, still trying to get the first score of the ball game.
In the huddle, what do you think they're discussing right now, Noah and Braxton? What are they going to do? What's the play call?
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little trickery here. We've seen a lot of it out of Woodside so far tonight, and it's worked for them a good portion of the time. If Summit did it, we could expect the same to potentially come from them. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
4th down and 1. Frieden under center. Takes the snap, tries to go with the QB sneak, gets forward, and ring around the rosy, gets tackled to the ground. But it is a 1st down and a timeout for the Summit Falcons.
Nice job there by Frieden, just finding the gap that his offensive line provided and moving the chains. As Summit's going to stop the clock here. 28 seconds left in the first half.
And what's so special about this game tonight is that these players playing in this game will get to play in the brand new Homestead High School that is currently under construction right now. Homestead getting a full makeover and renovation, and these young athletes will get to play. Right now you can see the brand new locker room, the new Citadel building that's already finished. There's also so much more that's under construction with Homestead High School.
Including, Anthony, a brand new weight room for these players to train in once they're able to get to the high school level.
Now looking back at this big 30 seconds we have left in this first half, as the Falcons still are looking to put up the first points of this game.
Summit, 1st down and 10 with 28.2 seconds left in this game. On the Woodside 33-yard line.
Big thing here for Summit, though, is they have no timeouts left in the half, so they're going to have to try to take some shots deep.
Here we go. It's going to be Frieden. In shotgun formation, standing at the 38-yard line, 5 yards behind. Takes the snap. It's going to be a false start. This one blown dead. But the pass caught. What a play. What a play by the wide receiver, Travion Rankin.
What a grab, just high pointing that football and hauling it in. We'll see if this is officially on the Falcons.
And it looks like it will be. There was some movement on the offensive line. Now with 20.3 seconds left, you might as well just do the exact same play. Chuck it deep.
And even with the penalty, how about this great effort that we just saw from Logan Trident? What a job to go up there and grab the ball over the Woodside defender.
It's going to be first down and 15 now for the Summit Falcons at the 37-yard line. Frieden goes under center. The official going to pick up his yellow carpet down on the floor. Here we go. Frieden with the clock running, takes the snap, rolls out, has some pressure, makes it move, improvises, and can't get it away. Sacked on the play. What an effort. What a play for Jordan Rains.
Rains getting in the backfield, bringing an end to this first half. What a play. This Warriors defensive unit has been getting in the Falcons backfield all first half, and right there, a huge play to close out the first half and keep it scoreless.
And Jordan Rains just rained down Logan Frieden to the ground. What a way to end the half. That's a big momentum boost for Woodside.
0-0 at the end of the first half. We'll see you in a little bit for the second half of action between the Woodside Warriors and the Summit Falcons.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits. Rethink your limits.
Southwest Allen County Schools is our home. Home to dedicated staff, passionate teachers, and a generous community that values and supports education. We believe our culture of learning embraces change, flexibility, and innovation. We believe our schools serve as the hub of our diverse community. We value hard work, attention to craft, and tenacity. We ask questions, share ideas, and work together to find new ways to do new things, great things, for our students, for our district, and for our community. In partnership with parents, we believe learning encompasses critical thinking, creative thinking, collaboration, communication, citizenship, and resiliency. We take pride in our successes and share in our accomplishments. We are Southwest Allen County Schools, preparing today's learners for tomorrow's opportunities.
Here at Homestead High School Media, we're taking steps to stay safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. That includes limiting the number of workers in the TV studio and wearing masks when not on camera. We also socially distance our anchors each week at the news desk. In the studios, we limit the number of people allowed in at a time, and even our mics wear masks. Thank you for doing your part in helping fight COVID-19.
Ooh, I can't wait to get you home.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat you up when you go home. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. I'm just gonna bite you.
Oh, baby, that looks amazing. Marcos, pizza lovers get it.
Rethink your limits. What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium as we are about to kick off the second half of a rivalry matchup between the Woodside Warriors and the Summit Falcons. Noah, Braxton, are you excited? Because I am.
I can't wait for the second half right now. We saw an exciting defensive battle in that first half. We saw a lot of penalties also on each of these offenses that really hurt themselves. But right now, I expect both of these offenses to be ready to go out there in the second half and make some big plays.
Neutral site game, rivalry game, tie game. What else do you want? A great game. I can't wait to see what happens in the second half.
Here we go. It's going to be the Summit Falcons starting with the ball. The kickoff is up, and away. And touch. Did he touch the ball? I don't know. Has to jump on top of it, and not ideal field position for the Summit Falcons to start this one at their own 11-yard line.
And this is where the Warriors' defensive line could go out there on the field and make a huge play right now. We saw them get in the Falcons' backfield multiple times. If they can push the Falcons back, push them in a bad scenario back against their own goal line, it could be really interesting to see what the Warriors' defense could do here.
What are the chances that the first points of the game are scored into safety?
Well, the way this game's been going, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Defense has really been the name of the game, and just a sack here could get Woodside onto the board.
But listen, if Woodside wants things to go their way on defense, they have to stop committing penalties. It's so important. As Welker will be under center for the Summit Falcons, takes the snap, hands it off to Krugerberg. He has some space to work with, push it his way. He's still going. A little push action, and brought down for a gain of about 7 yards.
Right there was a statement to open up the second half by the Falcons' offensive line. They are ready to answer the effort from the Warriors' defensive line. They are pushing. They are ready to fight in the trenches in the second half.
And trenches are where this game is going to be won, especially a game with so much defense. Trenches are really going to be really important here tonight.
Who's going to be bigger? Who's going to be stronger? The offensive line or the defensive line? What's going to happen? Here we go. Mac Welker under center with Krugerberg behind him. Takes the snap, hands it off to Krugerberg, and immediately wrapped up just like that. What a play.
This time, though, it's the Warriors' defensive line. How about this defense? They are just lighting up the backfield, pushing back, getting into that backfield lightning quick, and just fighting in the trenches, making a huge play out there on second down.
Well, we just mentioned the trenches on last play, and guess what? It came here. The trenches matter. Big runs up the gut. Offensive and defensive pushes on the line are really dominating this game.
3rd down and 6. This is a big play for Summit. They might be forced into a sticky situation if they have to go for it on 4th down and short, deep in their own territory. Here we go. Welker under center. Looked like he tried a hard count. Takes a snap. It's a low snap. Looks out. Has some pressure. And there we go. Down Welker goes with Shane Bardwell coming in from the outside.
Bardwell just outside on the C gap, just blowing it up, lighting it up in the backfield, forcing the fumble, and taking possession for the Warriors.
And Bardwell has been one of those big stars for Woodside here tonight alongside Tisdale, and he's been doing it on the offensive side of the ball, and now he's coming up big on defense.
And that play happened so fast. Bardwell got in there just lightning quick. Did I even realize that he forced the fumble? What a play by Shane Bardwell. What a play. And now Woodside with short field position at the Summit 11-yard line will have a chance to strike first. It is going to be Mac Welker under center, behind the center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Bardwell. He's got a gap, powering his way down to the 2-yard line.
Bardwell just showed up big on defense, and how about that carry to start off the second half for this Warriors offense? Powering his way inside the 5-yard line, now just a couple yards out from the end zone.
Woodside's so close right now to getting the first points in this game, and with the way this game is going, 7 points feels like a 20-point lead. This would be really big if they could finish off the drive.
It's going to be Bardwell. You just know it is. It's going to be Bardwell. I just got a feeling inside of me. The boxes have been stacked by the Summit Falcons. Welker calls a man in motion, goes behind him, hands it off to Bardwell, powering his way. Did he get in? He did! Touchdown, Woodside! Shane Bardwell finds the end zone.
Wow, Shane Bardwell powering his way into the end zone, putting up some points to open up this ball game for the Warriors offense, getting that 6-0 lead.
And fitting that Shane Bardwell, with the game that he is having so far today, would get that lead for the Warriors.
What a play by Shane Bardwell, opening up the scoring books in this ball game. Woodside takes a 6-0 lead, and now they will attempt the extra point. It's a high snap, a muff snap, and they're going to have to jump on top of it. 6-0 will stay the score, but the Woodside Warriors, they strike first.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium under the Tuesday night lights. Woodside going to kick this ball off to the Summit Falcons. Now Summit, they've got to answer. They have no choice but to answer.
They've got to answer. They got to answer what Shane Bardwell just did for this Warriors team, forcing a fumble and then scoring a touchdown on the ground. The Falcons got to find a way to answer that.
Here we go. Summit on the return, bringing it down to the 39-yard line. A very good return for Summit. Finally, they get some good field position to start. Marquell on that return, getting to the 39-yard line, and now we'll see what Summit can do. Marquell has made some big plays so far in this ball game, making the best plays for Summit so far.
Yeah, but I think even as Summit gets the ball here, it's important to remember Shane Bardwell is on that defense, and Shane Bardwell is going to be looking to lock down this Summit offense.
We saw the Summit offensive line come out on the first play of this half and make a push. They're going to have to be doing that all throughout the second half to have a chance.
And here comes the house. And like you just said, Braxton, Shane Bardwell was involved with that one, as well as another Woodside defender.
Bardwell and Kaufman both just lighting up the edges and bringing down the quarterback that time. Wow, from this Warriors defensive line and linebacker unit, they have been dominant all night long, just getting those tackles for loss, getting those sacks. It has made it very difficult for the Summit offense to get it going.
And you can tell that this Woodside defense wants to shut this game down and bring home the W for their team.
Logan Frieden takes the snap, hands that one off in motion to Marquell, who's brought down immediately. That time by none other than Toby Aguane.
Right now, the Summit offense might just have to give it up on running straight up the middle. It is not going well for them right now. They got to get some plays out to the outside and get it rolling for them.
Yeah, we have not seen Woodside's corners tested that much here tonight, and when they have, we've seen a pass interference called, and as well as an amazing catch that was wiped out by a penalty. So I really think someone needs to try to open up the air game a little bit.
They've got to open it up. Even if they don't complete it, try to force a penalty. They've already had a couple pass interference calls in this game. Woodside looks like they're bringing the house on this play. Frieden takes the snap, and here comes Bardwell. He gets it away. But now, deep in their own territory, here comes Summit. It is Hartsock trying to get some yards and ends up getting about one in total, but he had to run about 15 yards backwards just to get one forward.
That might have been the best 1 yard gain I've ever seen. Hartsock just surrounded by Warriors defensive linemen and linebackers, 5 yards in the backfield, but still able to weave his way back and forth and not lose yardage there for the Falcons, but now they're going to be forced to punt here on 4th and long.
And Summit really needs a big punt here. Not even big, just they need to get it downfield, get their defense set up so they can get a stop against Woodside and hopefully get good field position.
Summit now to punt. Bardwell back to return this football. Long snapper. Snaps it. And the punt sent short and away. It looks like that one's going to go out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. So good field position now for Woodside.
Nice job there by the Falcons. Just not a perfect punt. But here we go. The Warriors going to be set up 48 yards out from the end zone. It's going to be the Summit Falcons defense that is set up here. Going to be forced to try and get the big stop. Cannot allow your team to get down 2 possessions right now.
Yeah, and if Woodside can find a way to get some points on the board here, it's going to make for an almost insurmountable lead for Summit to come back and win this.
Summit defense needs to show up like they did in the first half. No more offense allowed for Woodside. Here we go. It's going to be Welker still under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Tisdale. We haven't seen anything from him in a while. He gets a burst of speed for a first down and a little bit of sprinkles extra to the 35-yard line.
And there's Braylon Tisdale. Once again, this guy, we've seen him come in motion. We've seen him catch a couple of passes. He's been big for this Warriors offense, just being able to move the chains for them throughout this ball game.
And here in the second half, they're really going to try to mix him in alongside Shane Bardwell as they try to milk out the clock here in the second half.
They're up 6-0 with the ball in their hands. Just stay in bounds, keep the run game going. Nice and easy. Welker takes the snap, hands it off to Bardwell, bounces to the right and out to the left. He's got a little bit of space out in front of him. Moving outside, keeps in bounds and down to the 16-yard line. He actually fumbled that one out of bounds, so we'll see if they mark him a little bit back. But what a run.
It's not that often you see that kind of vision from a running back in 8th grade. He saw that hole was collapsing right away, bounced it out to the right side, hit the wide open gap, and bursted for a first down.
Shane Bardwell has been such a fun player to watch here tonight, and I cannot wait to see him under those Homestead Friday night lights.
They're actually going to say he went out of bounds at the 35-yard line as the officials maybe talk this one over a little bit more, see what's going on.
There's still no official ruling on that last play as the ball's currently placed inside the 20-yard line. We'll see if this is going to be Warriors or Falcons ball.
And now it looks like they're starting to move the chains down the field.
And it's going to be Woodside football still. And they're going to say Shane Bardwell fumbled it out of bounds backwards a little bit. At the 19-yard line is where the ball exited. Red zone time for the red team.
The only red zone trip we've seen for either of these teams before was last possession where the Warriors were able to put up 6 points. We'll see if they're going to be able to do that once again here.
Welker under center. Calls a guy in motion, takes a snap, hands it off to Bardwell, who's immediately wrapped up by the Summit Falcons. And none other than Wesley Hartsock once again making the big tackle.
Nice job there by the Summit defense, just lighting up the gap and getting into that backfield. You got to love to see those big defensive plays in the backfield.
And we've seen Wesley Hartsock make a couple of big plays throughout the game today. If he can keep this up, it'll definitely help to keep his team in the game.
Welker tapes the snap, looks to pass it a little bit, and overthrows it. It's picked! Intercepted by who? Guess who? It's Hartsock.
Wow. After that tackle for loss, he was able to jump on that ball, get the interception. This kid is playing great here tonight under these lights on Homestead's field.
And Hartsock keeping his team in the game. Kid has been an absolute beast on defense, and now Summit has another chance to drive down the field and tie this game up or even take the lead.
Hartsock, Bardwell playing amazing in this ball game. Two stars that we're seeing in this game. I'm sure we'll see them a couple of years down the road playing for Homestead High School in the blue and gold. Flags thrown all over the place from all directions. Pre-snap.
And Anthony, I think that's what's so exciting about this game tonight is all these players in a couple years that move on to play football, they're going to be teammates. They're going to be together. And it looks like a bright future for Homestead.
Yeah, it's just been great to see these guys going out here tonight in a rivalry matchup, playing against their future teammates, making big plays back and forth.
And what's so exciting, again, to think is that while there's great players on both sides for Summit and Woodside, they will be teammates in the future. Summit now discussing the play in the huddle on 1st down and 15, backed up to their own 19-yard line. Frieden gets Woodside off sides, and that's going to bring the false start back forwards a little bit. Now setting up a 1st down and 10.
And yet another hard count working here tonight. We've seen so many of those, and the offenses have worked it to perfection. Defenses just can't seem to figure it out.
And these teams just keep on trading penalties back and forth. We've seen it all night long. And right now, here on this possession, the Falcons are not going to be able to take those penalties through this possession. They need to put up some points. The penalties have killed some offensive drives. They cannot take those mistakes here.
They need a big play. And now there's another penalty. Here comes the flag graphic once again. So another flag is down on the field. This one, a false start on Summit. So now we've had a false start, and they got their yards back, forcing Woodside offsides, and now they're back again. Pendulum.
These teams are just trading penalties, trading yards back and forth. And we said at the beginning of this game, penalties are going to kill you. And so far, they've been hurting both teams a lot here tonight.
And I was just saying how the Falcons really can't afford to take these penalties right now, trailing 6-0 as the clock just keeps on rolling in this one. And now they're set up behind the chains after that false start. That mistake could really hurt them on this drive.
Frieden snaps it, pitches that one back to Kruckerberg, who has a little bit of space, bounces out to the right side, moving, still moving, and gets about 6 yards on that carry, setting up a 2nd down and 9.
I love that carry right there by Kruckerberg. A hard-nosed running back right there, powering his way for a couple yards.
And a nice play for Summit there is they're able to get those penalty yards back to set up 2nd about 9.
And now with the clock ticking down below 40 seconds, Summit, they have to start thinking about what they're going to do in the 4th quarter as the 4 fingers on each player's hands show out as they raise them high into the air. What do the coaches have in mind? What does Matt Lindellen have in mind, have in his playbook to get Summit's offense going? Frieden takes the snap, hands that one back off. This time not to Kruckerberg, and he's going to be wrapped up immediately. It was Brad Flagg on that carry, and that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
And we're going to see a huge play at the start of the 4th quarter once we come back. A 3rd down and about 5 for the Falcons.
End of 3. Woodside 6, Summit 0. Welcome back to Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium as the Summit Falcons stay inside their huddle with a lot of distance left to go, but 8 minutes to do so. And Noah, like you said, before we went into commercial break, we have a crucial third down.
It's going to be big here for the Falcons. We've seen the run game really struggle throughout this one, especially running up the middle. It's been the Warriors' defensive line really bottling that up. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they try to get it out to the outside, maybe throw a screen pass out to the right side and try to get this first down here.
And Summit really needs to get a couple yards here, so even if they aren't able to get the first, they can at least set up 4th and short.
Here we go. On third down, an interesting formation for Summit. This one's going to be aired out deep downfield, and it's caught! What a play for the Summit Falcons in stride. Logan Frieden put it on his receiver.
That play was fantastic. A misdirection formation there sets up the deep ball for the Falcons, and it works. They're moving those chains all the way into Warriors territory after that big play, and they're just down one possession. They have a chance to tie it up right here, and they're moving.
And it's going to be interesting to see if Summit continues to go to the outside as this drive continues.
Summit takes the snap, tosses that one into the backfield to none other than the defensive superstar this game, Wesley Hartsock, but he's not able to get anywhere.
And once again, it's that Woodside front seven just making the big play, not allowing the Falcons to get it going in the run game. This Falcons team really needs to get it to the outside. Like I was just saying, it has just not worked when they're inside that hashes trying to power the ball.
And other than penalties, that Woodside defense has been the biggest driving force in this game. They've been able to shut down Summit's offense for the most part, and we'll see if they're able to do it again.
Here we go. 2nd down and 10 for the Summit Falcons. Under center, Frieden takes the snap. He rolls out. He has some pressure. He's running backwards. Bardwell's chasing him down and throws it away. What a smart play by Frieden, but wow, that looks scary.
Once again, we've seen it all night long. This pressure brought in by the Warriors defensive unit has just been elite and has made it so difficult for the Summit Falcons to get anything going on the offensive end.
And you said it, Anthony. What a smart play by Frieden to be able to get the ball away.
And they're going to call an illegal chop block on the Summit Falcons. It's not usual that you see a penalty like that at the middle school level. And talk about being set behind the chains. This one going way, way back. A dreadful personal foul.
You just cannot afford that right now. Down 6-0 in this ball game. Going to be pushed back into your own territory all the way on the Summit 43-yard line. That's a costly mistake right there, and it's really going to hurt these Falcons.
And now Summit has 3rd and a quarter mile coming up here.
3rd and a quarter mile, like you said. We saw it with Woodside in the first half, and they weren't able to convert. A little screen pass over to the left side, over to Hartsock, and he's not able to get very far. Trying to go a little bit of trickery that time, but not working. 4th down and forever for Summit. Now, do they have to go for this?
I think you have to punt it and just hope your defense can get another stop. It's 4th and almost 30. I don't see how you can go for it here.
I mean, it's very dangerous if you punt it, though. The Warriors definitely could milk a lot of timeout. But with those 3 timeouts the Summit Falcons do have, I agree with you, Braxton. I think they're going to need to punt it. Maybe use those timeouts defensively and hope that their defense can make the stop.
Defense will have to make a stop, hopefully force some penalties on Woodside as well. It looks like the punting unit is out for the Falcons. Here we go, high snap, punt gets away. Bardwell to return this, and he drops it, and Summit has it! Oh, what a play! Summit has the ball. Bardwell muffed the punt, and wonderful field position for the Falcons.
Game-changing play right there. That's why you never quit on a play. That's why you're dead sprinting to the return man every single time if you are the punting team. And right there, the Falcons capitalize on that opportunity, and they will be set up with nice field position at the 30-yard line.
And we saw Summit muff a punt earlier in the game tonight. They gave Woodside the ball, and now we see it the other way around. Summit really needs points here with just over 5 minutes left in the game.
They need points, and now they have the best field position of the entire game off of the Giovanni Ayala recovery on the punt. What an amazing play by Ayala. Friday under center at the 31-yard line. He's going to pass this one deep downfield, and it's caught! It's caught! What a catch! Unbelievable!
What a throw, what a catch, and we see Summit continuing to succeed as they air the ball out.
And that's a do-everything man right there for the Summit Falcons. Brad Flagg just getting up there, high-pointing the ball, going over 2 Warrior defenders, and getting this Falcons team inside the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Can Summit score a touchdown and tie it up with a chance to take the lead? It's Friday under center. And now it's going to be a timeout taken by the Summit Falcons, wanting to talk over this huge goal line opportunity. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we may see the first touch of points by the Summit Falcons. Do not go away.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits.
And we're back. A push chance for the Summit Falcons. Will they get there? And it looks like it's going to be the Woodside defensive line that wins it that time on the stop.
And now it's going to be fun here. We're going to see potentially three plays right here for the Summit Falcons to try and push it into the end zone. We've seen a battle of the trenches between this offensive line and the Warriors defensive line throughout this one. And once again, we're going to see it here.
1 yard line. Summit, Woodside, they try to run it up the middle and wrapped up immediately with some violence. Guess who was in there on the tackle? Shane Bardwell.
Once again, this Warriors front seven controlling the trenches, pushing back the Falcons, and setting up a 3rd down and goal.
We've talked about this Woodside front seven all night long, and now they're just 2 plays away from stopping the Summit offense.
3rd down from the 3 yard line. And now a timeout to be taken by the Woodside Warriors. They want to talk this one over on defense. We're going to take another short break and make sure we are back in time for the action. Welcome back, and thank you to our producer, Trevor Newhouse, for getting us back for this huge play on 3rd down and goal from the 3 yard line. And now an oh and a wow and a sigh from the crowd as this one's going to be a false start on the Summit Falcons, taking this from a goal-to-go opportunity to now a 3rd down and 8.
That's going to really hurt the Falcons right here. They're already struggling to just try and get those couple yards, and now they're going to be pushed back another 5. And they actually might open up the playbook a little bit more with that, potentially with a pass here.
The stands are rumbling here at Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium. It's a big play. It's 3rd down and 8 for Woodside versus Summit. It's a pitch play out to the right side and tackled down. Guess who's in there on the tackle? It's Shane Bardwell.
Once again, he is making big plays all night long. This time, right behind the line of scrimmage, he comes in, makes the tackle, and sets up a 4th down and goal for the Falcons. Now from about 9 yards out, it's going to be interesting to see what they can do on this crucial 4th down and goal.
And guys, the way I've seen their passing game work so far tonight, I feel like they have to air the ball out here. It's worked for them most of the time, and if they can air it out here, a touchdown is very plausible.
And now a timeout to be taken by the Summit Falcons, burning up their timeouts. We come back from break. It'll be a 4th down and 9. 4th down and goal with only 3:20 left in the 4th quarter. Welcome back to Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium. 9-yard line, Summit, goal to go. Down 6-0. This is the game. Here we go. It's Frieden. Under center. Calls a guy in motion. Takes the snap. Looking over to pass this wide open. Touchdown, Summit!
Wow! All the way into the end zone. Tying up this ball game.
What a play!
And once again, airing out the ball worked for Summit, and now they're just an extra point away from taking the lead.
Unbelievable by the Summit Falcons. 6-6. We are all knotted up here with only 3:14 left in the 4th quarter.
And what a route run by that receiver, just getting himself wide open and hauling in that game-tying touchdown. And now the crucial PAT attempt, trying to take the lead here with 3 minutes left.
And a flag thrown on the field by the official. Uh-oh. It looks like there might be something. They're going to call a penalty on the Summit Falcons. Is this an unsportsmanlike? Unreal. This is going to make the kick a challenging one.
And that is a big penalty, especially at the middle school level. Kicks are already hard enough, and now it's from even farther out.
It's going to be a difficult kick here for the Summit Falcons, trying to get this win, trying to take this lead.
The holder will be Marquell. Here we go. The snap, the hold is good. The kick is up, and it's good! And they're celebrating on the sideline. No sign from the official just yet. And now a little confusion. Was it good? Do we know?
Now they're coming back out onto the field. A whole lot of confusion on this one.
It looks like the play might have been blown dead prior to the snap, or the refs had not given the ready for play signal.
They will try again. Oh, it's pre-snap. It's offsides on Woodside. 5 yards closer now on the attempt. We saw Summit able to make it the first time, I guess, and now an attempt on the second one.
And crazy to think that offside penalty might help Woodside here.
We will see. It'll be Sam Marquell on the hold once again. With the kicker, Ziad Combs. Snapped from the 3-yard line, the ever-important PAT.
Gotta love it right now. Rivalry week. Summit Woodside at Homestead coming down right here into this.
Combs with the kick. And it is good! It is good! What a kick for Combs! And Summit will take a lead with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco specializes in pizza, subs, and more. Order online at marcos.com or by phone at 625-6800. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Media's athletics coverage.
Welcome back to Homestead High School, where Summit leads 8-6 following the 2-point after attempt. And now with the Woodside Warriors set to return, they're going to have to practice the 2-minute drill, or should I say the 3-minute drill. Little time left to play. Can Woodside march down the field and pull off a miraculous victory at Homestead High School? The kick up and away. It's a short kick. A lot of field to be returned for Woodside as that one's brought down to the 46-yard line. So now 54 yards to go for Woodside, 3:09 left. What is the game plan? What does Woodside do to win this?
You give it to your playmakers. You give it to Shane Bardwell. You give it to Braylon Tisdale. You get those two guys involved. They have been making big plays for this Warriors offense all night long, and you got to get it to them once again here.
100% agree with you, Noah. And they need to mix and match these players. Every snap, it should be going to one of them if they want to have a chance to drive down the field and score.
We have a new quarterback for the Woodside Warriors, Kenny Chrisman, to take the quarterback position on the final drive. Here we go. Chrisman on the right hash, calls a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off, this time to Tisdale. Can he get yards? He finds a hole, breaks out to the left side, going for the first down and brought down right past the first down marker. Stop the clock, move the chains. It is a Woodside Warrior first down.
And I was just saying, you got to give it to your playmakers, and right there the Warriors did, moving the chains with Braylon Tisdale.
Braylon Tisdale. He is so shifty, has great awareness of where the hole is.
And now Braylon Tisdale will head over to the sideline. All players, Woodside and Summit, take a knee as Tisdale looked very shaken up after that last play, but what a play. Now, though, Woodside looks like they will be down one of their studs for at least a couple more snaps, if not the rest of the game.
And now it's going to be all about Shane Bardwell for this Warriors offense here. He's been a big playmaker on both sides of the ball, forcing a fumble earlier in this game and scoring a touchdown. We'll see if he can come up with another big play here.
Chrisman in shotgun, Bardwell behind. Calls a man in motion this time, takes the snap, hands it off to Bardwell. He breaks out to the right side. He has some space, breaks forward, keeps going all the way to the 25-yard line. What a play for Shane Bardwell.
And now the Warriors are moving on offense all the way down to the Summit 25-yard line. And this is just in about 30 seconds they've been able to do this. How about the Warriors?
Shane Bardwell. I cannot believe this kid. He is amazing. And now with just 25 yards to the end zone, the Warriors are so close to scoring.
We're going to stay with you here during this timeout to talk over what's going to happen in these last 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Woodside still trailing by 2. They only need a field goal if you think about it, but you know they want to get 6 on that scoreboard to feel a little bit more comfortable about themselves.
Yeah, right now this Warriors offense definitely going to be looking for the end zone. They're going to put their trust in the guys that have been making plays all game long as Tisdale goes back out on the field for the Warriors here after being injured just a couple plays ago, or shaken up a couple plays ago.
The playbook has been opened up for Woodside as now Chrisman will stay under center, playing his first drive of the game and leading a good one. Calls Tisdale in motion, fakes the handoff to him, hands it off to Bardwell. He breaks a couple tackles and powers his way to the 21-yard line for a gain of 4 yards.
And with that timeout left for Woodside and 2:20 left on the clock, Woodside can't continue to run the ball if that's what they want to do, but they're going to have to start moving a little up-tempo.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the clock here for sure if you're the Warriors. Probably want to milk it as much as you can, but be careful to not run out of time, and you don't want to give too much time to the Summit team either.
Chrisman in shotgun formation. On the right hash, only has 2 receivers outside. Fakes the handoff to Bardwell, rolls out to pass this one, and it's dropped. Had the open man. That pass intended that time for Jackson Schroeder, but falls incomplete. However, it is not the end of the world because that stops the clock.
It stops the clock, gives the Warriors a little bit of breathing room right here. They're just on a 3rd and 6. They can take their time pre-snap and just get the right play call and go into this play trying to get past that first down marker.
And that kind of sums up the passing game for Woodside all night here. They just can't seem to get it going. Even on short routes, they're really struggling. And you're going to need to be able to pass here with just under 2 minutes left.
Will the Woodside Warriors go old school? They have many linemen lined up with Shane Bardwell behind. A pitch toss over to Bardwell. He has a little bit of space. Runs out to the outside. Over to the sideline. Finding his way down to the 10-yard line for a Woodside Warrior. First down.
There's that man once again. Shane Bardwell, the Warrior, just finding his way past the chains there, getting the crucial first down to keep this drive rolling for the Warriors and set up a first down and goal as they trail by 2 with under 2 minutes left in this ball game.
How about the heart of this kid, as he has been everywhere tonight, offense and defense, keeping his team in the game.
And I'll tell you what, it may be a bold prediction for now, but this kid will be playing many, many years at the highest level underneath these lights in the near future. Bardwell gets the handoff and gets stuffed this time. What an effort from the defensive line of the Summit Falcons. Nolan Rogers making an impact, forcing that stop.
And right here, this is when the trenches have to be owned by the Summit Falcons defense if they want to hold on and win this one. They need to get in that backfield, and right there on 1st and goal, they were able to.
And for Woodside, with this being 2nd and goal coming up, they know they only have 3 downs left, no matter what. So they're really going to need to milk the clock here so Summit doesn't have any time.
Chrisman takes the snap, hands it off to Bardwell. He finds a little hole up the middle, but doesn't get far. Only about 4 more yards, and now the clock is about to tick right underneath the 1-minute mark, and a timeout called by Coach Van Wagner on 3rd down and a long goal.
Man, you just got to love this right now. A chess match between these 2 head coaches for these squads, just going back and forth. Inside the 8-yard line now are the Warriors, just down by 2 points. It's a huge game right now.
And being just a 2-point game, you have to wonder, if Woodside cannot put it in the end zone here, do they attempt a field goal to take the lead?
We will see. It would certainly be a bold decision, especially considering the missed PAT earlier in the game for the Woodside Warriors that, frankly, as of right now, has cost them. This game could be tied 8-8. Had the snap not been muffed, it'll come down to how much do you trust your boys on the kicking unit.
Yeah, it's all about execution, and execution we've seen has been a bit of an issue tonight with penalties and that snap, as you mentioned, Anthony. So it will be interesting to see if they do try that field goal, if necessary.
Kenny Chrisman in shotgun formation with Bardwell to his left side. 2 receivers out to his left side as well. Calls Tisdale in motion, hands it off to Tisdale. He's got blockers and an open path to the end zone. He's in, but a flag is down. And this one is going to go back the other way, and another flag is down. Oh, no.
It looked like a Woodside player was arguing with one of the referees when that second flag came out. And if this is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, it is going to kill Woodside.
Penalties have been detrimental to both of these teams all game long. And right now, the Warriors could really suffer here with these penalties.
In the biggest moment, the biggest penalty called in this game. It looks like this one might be a holding or a block in the back to take this touchdown off the board. We will see. It's holding against the Woodside Warriors. And then a personal foul on Summit. They will offset, and the third down will be replayed completely. Woodside will not get pushed back with the unsportsmanlike penalty. Just two crucial penalty mistakes.
Yeah, wiping off the touchdown that could have given them the win, and now they have 2 more downs to try to punch it in.
Here we go. Noah, as our main color commentator, what do you see Woodside doing? What is the play call?
I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to what they just did, send Tisdale in motion, give him the handoff, let him do his own running abilities, or you can give it to Shane Bardwell. He's been a powerful back all night for this Warriors offense. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him power it once again for these Warriors.
Chris Minton, the quarterback, on the left hash. Walking forward, steps back. Calls for the snap. Throws over a pitch to Shane Bardwell, who breaks a couple tackles. He's got to go farther. Breaks another one. Stiff arm. He's still going and brought down. It'll be a 4th down, and what a tackle by the playmaker, Brad Flagg.
And it looks like the kicking unit is going to be sent out for the Warriors. They're going to put it all on the leg of their kicker here.
And if Summit does not call timeout, then Woodside can run the clock down to the final seconds.
But here we go with the clock winding down. We've got 17 seconds and a flag. And this one's going to go against Woodside. Unbelievable.
Going to make the field goal attempts even more difficult, putting more pressure here on the Woodside kicker as they trail by 2 in this rivalry matchup.
Woodside is absolutely killing themselves with penalties. They just had a touchdown wiped off the board a couple minutes ago, and now this field goal is going to be much longer thanks to that penalty.
Jace Trevino into the win. The clock is running down. Woodside needs to get ready. Here we go. 10 seconds left. Trevino to be the kicker. Hold good. Kick is up. And it's no good. Summit's going to win the football game. What a game. What an ending.
The Falcons hold on to win this ball game. And it really is all because of that last offensive possession where they were able to just drive down the field and get into the end zone with that nice passing attack.
And it wasn't always pretty, but Summit made less mistakes, and making less mistakes helped them to win this game tonight.
Summit football upsets the Woodside Warriors. What a game, in a game that seemed like it was dominated by the Warriors. Summit, in the big moments, pulled through.
These Falcons just showed up under these lights on Homestead's field in this rivalry matchup and were just able to come up with the big plays when they needed to.
What a great game, and how about the players that we got to see tonight from both teams? Cannot wait to get to see them at Homestead in a couple years.
And Noah, Braxton, I mean, as high schoolers, watching these middle schoolers out playing on the field, playing their hearts out, trying to win a rivalry matchup. I mean, what does this say about the future of Homestead football, seeing these guys give it their all?
Just how passionate and hard they were playing out there. It's great to know that this is the future of Homestead Spartan football. These guys are going to be working hard the next couple of years, working their way onto this field for Friday Night Lights.
And look how much it meant to that Summit team. When that field goal fell short, they came running off the field so excited that they were able to get the dub here tonight.
What a game and what a moment. Noah, Braxton, do you guys have any final thoughts?
Just an impressive effort from each of these squads, and congrats to those Summit Falcons getting their win in this rivalry matchup.
Yeah, echoing Noah's thoughts. Great game here tonight from both teams, and so excited that Summit was able to pull out the victory here.
And with that, we're going to close out our only middle school live stream. Thank you to our producers, Trevor Newhouse and Nada DeHook, and the color commentators along my side, Noah Joe Hanningsmeyer and Braxton Hall. I'm Anthony Gary, signing off from the booth in Dave S. Walters Memorial Stadium.